All right, good day, everybody. Welcome to episode 7 of Reptiles and Cocktails, where I am having all kinds of technical difficulties today, so bear with me. But it's going to be a good day anyway, because we are interviewing Guiden from Guiden Designz today, and a well-anticipated interview for me. So without further delay, we're going to bring on Miss Vaughn. We also have Melody here, who's, you might as well call her my official co-host. With Melody on Reptiles and Cocktails with me, doing interviews quite often because I can, and I just like to have good spirits surrounded around me, and that's that. So let's bring on our guest. Welcome.
Hey, everybody. Hey.
Hello.
Hi, Vaughn.
Hello, ladies. How are y'all?
We are good.
Okay. I'm good, too.
Can you see me fully on the screen?
No, you're half.
That's what I see. I don't know why it's doing that. So I'm scared to hit the tab again. Hold on. Let's see if I flip it that way. Oh.
There you go.
I was like, I'm not seeing myself like I normally would. All right. And the tablet is charging, so I can't sit it in a certain position right now, but that's okay. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, Bosa, the man. How are you? Bosa is a great supporter of everyone in the reptile community. Definitely shows love consistently. Hey, Crab, how are you? All right. So, Vaughn, let's start with just telling us generally about who you are as a mother, who you are as a wife, and then tell us about your business.
Okay. Well, I'm definitely a mother. I have four beautiful children, age 17, 15, 9, and 3. So the 3 oldest one are girls, and then my last one is my son. And I've been married for 19 years this year, be in July. And I love my husband. That's a good thing, you know. I ain't kill him yet. So, you know how that go. We all married, so.
So the thing is that it's a blessing when you still have that magic after 19 years. I've only been married 12 years. I think Melody been married forever too.
19 19 in June.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, me and Vaughn the same. Yep, we same.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's great. That's great that the magic is still there after all those years, because we all know that for marriage to even work, we all change. Like, we're not the same people that we were 10 years ago. And so what I always tell people when they ask me about what I think is a successful marriage is 2 imperfect people growing together and choosing each other each time they grow.
Right.
Because you definitely ain't the same person.
No. Well, let me tell you what's funny. What's funny is your husband and him and them snakes, because that is hilarious to me. And I laugh all the time when you talk about him, because then I think about like my husband that don't really have nothing to do with reptiles when I had them or anything like that, or the animals like that, and so like to get him to hold my bearded dragon or anything, because all I got is one reptile right now anyway, but I plan on getting a tegu and a few other things that I've wanted, but I've always had reptiles and stuff. So
got you.
Yeah, I always had them. Like, we had snakes, everything, ball pythons and leopard geckos before I even knew the care and all that stuff, like with the group. Like, I learned so much once I had joined Bro, that I didn't even know, because the information wasn't available like that.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's the blessing of groups, period. Because especially with some of the animals, like for me that I own now, because I'd have never as a child thought to own something like an Asian water monitor. So when you
Right.
have groups and you're learning about them, you know, you learn so much, and people don't realize that, you know, everybody doesn't have access to everything. And
Mm-mm.
you have so much access now with all of these podcasts. Like right now, for me, getting into the breeding side,
Yes.
ball pythons, like I'm learning so much, so
Mm-hmm.
much, and you wouldn't even think it's that much information about one species out there, and it is. So
Right.
Right.
And that's the thing. I remember when you was first taught, when it was just a thought. Like
yeah,
when we had our late night talk, it was just
yeah,
a thought. And
it's
to
just
see
a
it,
thought.
yeah, see it come into, you know, fruition. And then even with Melanie, when I was talking to her, you know, and with all her snakes and stuff, I was like, good gracious almighty. Because I thought she was just gonna tell me she had like, you know, one or two. She was like, I got like 17. I was like, who? I'm like, what?
Yeah, so what I want to do is, as we go through the podcast and ask questions, because what's most amazing is what we're going to get into. First of all, two things. Definitely being a wife. You know, I am the wifey club. I think that every woman should want to be one. If you are able to stick to that thing, that you're not the person you meet is not the person that you're going to spend forever ever with.
Right.
And I think what's amazing is that you're a mom and an entrepreneur. Because let me tell
Yes.
you where I know I would not be successful is if I was doing everything that I'm doing now with a 3-year-old. So tell me how you balance that.
So, so like right now he's asleep. So literally my 3-year-old is so active. Like when I say active, like he's active, and then he likes to be nude, right? So he's a nudist. So a lot of times I have to plan around like when I'm doing videos, because it's been videos that I've been trying to make and he just zips through naked, you know what I'm saying? It's
Right.
like, and I'm like, oh no, we can't put that in there, you know. And that's why actually I've been like kind of like nervous of going live if he's awake, because he'll strip in a minute, and I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing or what I'm teaching, then it'll be a naked 3-year-old that just jump across the screen. So it's like, with the help of my family, my husband is so supportive.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
So he's like the biggest supporter. My kids are old enough to where if I need to do something, you know, they can get them or keep them occupied. But I work. That's what I do. I get up, I work some more. Then I eat and I sleep, and then I work some more. And that's what it is. And then I sleep when I try to sleep. When sometimes I don't sleep. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know how you do it.
Yeah.
I watch for first of all, for people who don't know her work, first of all, in researching, because you know, I felt like you only did work for me. But in researching, Melody is a culprit.
Yes.
It's a culprit. It's so many people that you've done work for. So off the top of your head, tell me would have been your top 5 designs. And you don't have to say mine, because I'm talking about reptile designs. Because I've personally seen things that you've done reptile related that's greater than even what we created together. But for you, what are your top 5? And who did you do it for? Reptile wise.
Okay, reptile rise. My top 5. So definitely the one that I just did with 310 exotics. That one was definitely one that it was challenging, because you know he came to me and he was just like, I've tried to find. He put the pressure on me, because he was like, he said he went to like 2 or 3 different designers and they could not do his design. Like he was like, I didn't like it and I couldn't find a designer. And so he took a chance on me. So that's the thing. Like, you know, he was like, nobody's been able to pull it off. I listened to what he had to say. And I was like, okay, I got it. You know, after I talked to him and stuff like that, and I cranked it out. I did the sketches and cranked it out. And so that one was definitely a challenge because of the design. He wanted it to be like 3D, like it's popping, like the reptiles are coming out, but he didn't want the reptiles to look cartoony. He wanted them to look realistic. So I drew all that. So like all that is something I did on the computer that I had to color. Then he was like, I wanted the you see that little statue that's in the background? He was like, I wanted that statue. Well, he didn't necessarily say he had to have it, but he wanted it in there, and it was a regular picture. So I had to go in and draw that, and I put it together, and then I was like, oh yeah, this is nice, this is dope. And I gave him, several options, and that's the one he chose, and I was very happy with it because it challenged me. So that one was definitely one. Another one was Dragons of Thunder. That was
do I have that one?
Yeah, you got that one. I think you have. I think I sent it over. Oh, that's another one right there too. But
no, I know which one that is.
That one.
Yeah,
that was a challenge too. That was Dragons of Thunder. I did that one, and I had fun doing that one. He again had several people that he had went to try to get a design from, and they either halfway did it or did not complete it. And I made that one happen as well based off of what he wanted and the details that he gave me. Another one, I would have to say Melody's design. I don't think I sent that over because I didn't have it. But
yeah, I love Melody's. I think you may have done Melody's like either right at the same time or right before you did mine.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Mm-hmm. I loved it. And I don't know if you did you do Candies?
No, I didn't do Candies. Okay. That was another designer.
So I remember seeing that one. I remember seeing Candies. What I love about Melody's was it was so much fun in it.
Mm. Yes. So with Melody,
hey Gershon, hey Gemini, welcome everyone who's coming in. Bosa, her work is fire. Please make sure you check her out on Instagram, on Guiden Designz.
Yeah, with Melanie's, hers was Melanie, you got yours on your shirt, correct? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's little.
Yeah.
It's little.
Okay.
I might have Melody still in here because she she's always here with me. So hold on.
Okay. Yeah, so with Melody, when we talked on the phone, that's one of the things that I like to do. So after, once we get everything taken care of, I like to call and talk to my clients because that gives me a feel for their personality, how they want to design. And Melanie, you didn't know, but you put a little pressure on me too, because Melanie was like, I'm an artist. And I was like, oh, wait a minute. She was like, I'm an artist.
I'm an artist. I'm serious about my shit.
Right. So she put a little pressure on the sister, you know what I'm saying? I was like, okay. So I was like, all right, artist to artist, I got you, but she was like, look, I do this and that, but I seen your work, and I want something that's fun. I breed these ball pythons, and when she talked to me about color, and she was like, yo, I want it to be, like when I think of ball pythons, because of the different morphs, it's like
you remember
I do. Yes, because it takes deep thought to the design. It takes a lot of thought. And so I told her, I was like, okay, I got you. I think I can do this, because the way she explained it to me, and it's just started coming up in my head, was like, and it made so much sense, because she was like, it's so many different morphs and you can get so many different patterns. And it's like, I want it to be fun. I want it to be colorful, and boom. And I was like, oh, got it. Okay. So we're going to have a ball in my head. I'm like, we're going to have a ball python, and we're going to make it look like at first it's going to be like black and white, but then it's going to explode into color. And it's going to, and that's how that design came up. But it was in my head, but it's because she put the pressure on me after she told me she was an artist, so I had to make it happen. So that design, her design was definitely it was a fun design to do. Let me see, that's 2 or 3. That's 3. So the fourth one that I would say reptile wise, that was definitely fun, or a challenge, was let me see, I got so many.
It
DC, is. I literally have to think, because I like them all. But DC Reptiles, and I'm not sure exactly who I designed that for. I know it was somebody bro, but it was like DC Reptiles, and this particular person lived in DC, and they wanted their design to have kind of like a graffiti type look in a way. But then they told me the animals they wanted in there, and then they wanted the DC in the back, And like I said, when people come and explain stuff to
Welcome,
me,
everyone.
yeah, hello. When people come and explain stuff to me, a lot of times, I'm gonna be real. I don't never know what I'm gonna do until I start drawing. At least, like literally, like it's not an instant thing that pops in my head. I may get an idea, but even like now, like beforehand, I used to, I would crank out. Like I did your design, Nicole, in like what 3 days. We had everything nailed.
Yeah, I had it was done in 3 days.
She is I don't even know how she does it. Ooh.
Yeah, like I did, like literally, and I cranked it out. And the thing about it was with Nicole's design, and see, let me tell you, I love it. This is my favorite thing. I love it when a person knows exactly what the hell they want. Nicole came in and was like, "Look, I knew I wanted you to do my design for me, but this is what I want. I want me standing like this, holding a Rick here and a Rick here. These are my colors, and this is what I want right here." And I said, "Okay." She told me. So basically, it was her brain, but my hands. That's what it was. That's what it was. Like that. I love it when they come in. It's the people that don't know what they want, and they come in and go, "Hey, I want you to do the design, but I don't know what I want. This is my name, though." I was like, "You don't know what colors?" "No, I don't know what colors." "You don't know anything?" "No, I don't know anything." So that's one of the things. And then another one that I did that was a good design was that I think you got it on there, the Egyptian looking one, the queen, you know what I'm talking about?
Oh yes, I had it up. That one. I love it.
Yes, that one right there. Yes, she came to me. That was a challenging one too. And even though I knocked it out, y'all don't even realize sometimes I be nervous as hell when y'all be coming and telling me y'all want this design. I be thinking to myself, how in the hell am I gonna pull this off? I don't even know. But somehow, God works through my hands, and I just make it happen. I ain't gonna lie, I be nervous each damn time. Each time I be nervous as hell. Like I hope I can do this.
Maybe that makes
he'd be a headache. She's patient, Bosa. She's very, very, very patient.
Very much so.
But see, you know what? That goes back to me being a teacher, because I'm an art teacher and I done had to deal with children. So that's where the patient comes in that I realize when I'm working with clients, when they are coming to me or they are indecisive about a design, because some people tell me one thing and it may not make sense, and I'll let them know professionally this doesn't make sense. But then they'll come back and they'll switch it, and once they see it, after oh yeah, well, you did say it don't make sense. Now I don't like that. Well, can you do it this way? And then I do it this way. Well, can you do it that way? Yeah, that's where the headache come in at. But I learned patience through teaching, because I work, with me having to work with children.
All right, so fellas in the chat, I'm going to share one of my favorite designs that Vaughn did outside of Reptiles. But when I saw this, if my husband lay eyes on this, I'm going to be broke. This right here, girl. Tell me, okay, so first of all, I see, because you share how you do a lot of your work. I see it's like a mesh, right? Can you share with us briefly, I know it's more detail than you can possibly give, what is the process of making this right here? Something just, because to you, this one was a simpler one, right?
Yeah, in a way, but it was because it did a lot of carving, so it wasn't necessarily simple. Like it didn't have like a lot of line designs, but it took a lot of scissor work to get that, because that right there is more like a 3D. It's literally what you're seeing with the light versus the dark is how I carved it. So that was like trimming. That's not even drawn in there like that. That's trim. So like that lighter part of the gray is trimmed lower than that regular middle gray. And it gives the illusion of it being like an actual, like the gray 11s.
Okay.
So that one was like a 2-foot rug. I still have that one. All my rugs are still available that you may see on my walls and stuff like that. I just haven't tried to sell them or anything like that. Those are just ones that I was like, hey, I just want to make me a shoe. And I put it up.
And that's two of my other favorites. The Snake Gang one was one of my absolute favorites because I think that's one of the first rugs I saw you create.
Right. So that was funny with that. That's a funny story with that one. That Snake Gang one is also a logo I designed.
Yeah.
So I have the shirt. Yeah. Right. So that's a custom original logo for Snake Gang. People who in the Snake Gang with Nook, that we always hold up the cross fingers for Snake Gang. And so that was an original custom design. And the first rug that I did, I gotta tell y'all that story because it's funny. So the first rug that I did was the Snake Game. It wasn't that one, but it was another rug that I did, and it was my first rug. And I ain't gonna lie, I thought I was the shit, right? And it was my first one. And I had such a big head, and I was like, oh, I could do this, So when I first started tufting, I put the gun to the tufting gun to like this is another rug that I'm working on for somebody in Bro.
Okay.
Which I put it onto the fabric, right? And y'all, the gun went straight through the fabric because I didn't know what I was doing. I was like, I'm getting ready to start. Yeah, straight through. And I was like, oh, wait a minute. Hold on. It don't work the way that I thought it was going to work. And so that was kind of funny. So it humbled me because I had a big head thinking that it was gonna be easy and I could knock it out. And even though I picked it up fast, it was not easy. Like with each rug I do, I learn literally something. I learned something. I learned from people who have just started. I learned from advanced people. I learned each rug that I do something new or a different technique or a better way to do something. And it's always been like a learning experience with these rugs because it's not easy and it's expensive.
I would assume, the time that it takes, how long does it take to do, let's say, I know there's some drying process and stuff, but to complete one rug?
Now, if I was booking it, I probably can complete one within a week. And that's with me booking it. I probably could not, if I say, I probably could do the whole turfing process, depending on the design, in maybe a couple of hours. But again, you have to let it dry and carving and doing the trim work. So if I was booking it like that and I had to, then yes, I could do it in like a week. But I tell my clients to give me 2 to 5 weeks. Number one, the reason why I stretch my time out now is because I just don't do rugs. I do logos, I do everything. So I can no longer crank designs out in 2 or 3 days anymore. I had to space it out because this is not the only thing that I do. And we do wood burns, everything. And then on top of that, I'm a mother and a wife. So I have to tend to my children. I have to still be a wife. They're still looking at me. And it became too much doing it like this right here. So I'm at that point where I can't do it like that anymore. And I have to stretch it out. And I still get people's work done in a timely fashion. So the logos, I tell them, give me up to 2 weeks. So therefore I'm not stressing about the the turnaround time. And sometimes I can probably get it out, or it depends on the design. And if the person, if it's something that I can get out real quick or something like that, then I can get it out within 3 to 5 days or so sometimes. But I don't no longer do the boom, 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 boom like that because I was driving myself crazy because business picked up. And by the time Christmas came, I don't know. Look, I don't know how the hell I did it, but I cranked out 10 rugs within 2 weeks before Christmas. And I told people, I said, I don't know if I can get it to you before Christmas. And I managed to get all my rugs off, sent and shipped, and made them arrive before Christmas. And I still don't know how I did it.
So does any of the children, I'm sorry, go ahead, Melody.
I was saying that was a good job. And she mentioned that about her kids, and we have the wood burn. We have a wood burn project that her daughter did for us. And see, my husband, like you said, if your husband saw that shoe rug, you would be broke. So for my husband, it's anything anime. Every time he sees something that Vaughn is doing, if it's anime, he's like, I need that one. I need that. I'm just waiting. Because Vaughn's gonna get some phone calls. He's already said a couple of rugs. He's just trying to narrow them down. So we already got a wood burn, and her daughter is so talented. I promise you. It's like I don't even know. She just cranked out not only rugs and logos, but she cranked out creative children too. Just FYI, just let you know.
So what she's talking, so my 15-year-old daughter, she does wood burns and stuff like that, but she does them by hand. Now, when I say like, and this is the thing, I have a laser engraver. I have a professional laser engraver that where I'm getting ready to, matter of fact, laser engrave some butcher boards and stuff like that for chefs that wanted their custom butcher boards and stuff. Now, before we got this laser engraver, my daughter was hand doing it. You know what I'm saying? But she hand does the art. So she hand does the artwork for it, because some people, when they contact us, they was like, well, we want her to hand do it. And so she'll hand do it. And it takes longer because, number one, she's a straight A student. She's in band. She was playing basketball. She does a lot. So I told them, I was like, y'all need to give her 6 weeks, because she ain't about to not do her homework to do this right here. So yeah, she a kid. So, she'll do it. But she does an amazing job at it, and she's up under and part of my business, and I have trained them to help me when I get a lot of workload in for the rugs. I can be like, hey, I need one of y'all to come in and do, like, they don't do all the detail and stuff, because I like that for myself, but if it's something like a background for the rug or something like that, like let's say the blue part, see all that blue like that, then I can tell her to come in and say, hey, I need you to jigga so I can jigga this rug over here, and it frees me up to be able to do something else, and we just make it happen like that. Now, if I can get my oldest going, even though she knows how to do it, she does punch needle. Like, she taught herself how to do the little punch needle thing, like little small little designs, and she know how to use the gun too. She's just not as good as my 15-year-old with it. I even taught my husband. I just never posted that video, because I was gonna make a video of him trying to make a rug, and that was hilarious. So I just never posted it yet. But I have basically trained everybody in the house to be able to jump in at some point in time if I get overwhelmed, because sometimes I get hit with, like, at one time somebody, like 2 or 3 people may order 2 and 3 rugs at a time, and then I got up to 10 rugs I got to do. Then I got logos coming in, and it's like, I'm like this, like, okay, here, I need y'all to do this here. Okay, I'm doing this right here, like that. So I definitely had to train them to, be able to jump in at some point in time to help.
So,
which is a blessing.
Do you think that you're going to ever get to a point, or when do you come to the reality that you have to hire employees? Because it's a lot. Like, so definitely I can tell you, just by paying so much attention to you, your business has picked up a lot in the last year.
Yes.
And it's going to just keep getting bigger, which that's what you want.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do? Like, is any of who do you train to do that?
The only person I've trained was my daughter. I thought about doing classes or teaching classes virtually online for people who want it, because I had a couple of people was like, hey, do you teach classes, or do you have a YouTube? And I can't think about a YouTube, because I was like, Lord, like, that's a job by itself to run the YouTube channel. So it's like, I haven't even thought about that. Like, so that's why I upped my TikToks, doing the TikToks and stuff like that, to try to build up exposure to the business, and just get people. So basically what I wanted to do with that was not only just get exposure, because a lot of people, when they're doing like art stuff, they do the art, they create the art, they film them creating the art, and then they post the art. Well, that's, in a way, that gets boring after each video of you saying, yeah, you get a new piece. But I was like, I wanted to do something different. And then I wanted to show my personality, you know? So it's like, I want to do something fun, do something that shows my personality and still showcase my business, even if you're getting a snippet of it, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, so that's why I started doing my TikToks like that, because I was like, I gotta get exposure some type of way. I gotta get people to see my stuff. And so that's how that came about, of me doing that.
Who said, hey, Gershon said it is a part-time job doing a YouTube.
Sure is.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I'm by myself.
When you're as committed to it as Gershon and others are. I definitely can see that it takes like that extra time to be, thorough with it, especially if you're doing instructional stuff, because it's hard enough to do a video and be focused on what you're doing, but to be focused on what you're doing and detailing for someone, how to do it. That's even more. So you brought up the TikToks. I'm sorry, I live for them. And look, you lucky I couldn't figure out a way to bring the videos up here. But this one right here, your daughter, I swear, her face, like she was with you all the way up to the twerk, and she was just like,
I did not know she made the face until after I watched until we played it back. Cause I mean, like, if y'all would have heard the audio after I did that, it was a whole bunch of "Mommy, no! Why did you do that?" Like, y'all didn't even hear the half of it. And the thing is, I didn't know I was gonna do that, because
the face though, it was like she was just dying. She was over that whole video at that point.
Because so we did a tape before that, and I did not do that. You know what I'm saying? I was just like this. That was my tape before that. So that's what she was expecting. You know what I'm saying? Like da 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 da. I was like that was it, right? But when we went live for the video, it didn't hit me that way. I don't know what happened. It was just like I just turned around and did.
And I went and grabbed the new video. So if y'all haven't seen the one that she posted, what was it, yesterday? Yesterday. Oh my God, Vaughn! First of all, I knew it was you. First of all, girl, you had the body. You had the body for the whole outfit. I said, the third time when you fell, I was like, now this gotta hurt.
I was dying. My stomach was hurting. Then I said, Pee-wee, watch this. Then he watching it and rewinding. I ain't never watched the video that many times.
You got the message, Mel. She was like, look, y'all been bodies there,
for real. Pee-wee said, let me go on by this rug. We can't have this.
They were like, that was not your calling. And I agree. I can't dance for shit. And so I agree. I agree. It is not my calling. But like I said, y'all don't want to be out there trying to twerk and stuff like that. It's out in down order. Because I don't know how to do it. And that's how it's going to look. Just like that. So, but yeah, my son, my 3-year-old, loved that video to the point where he cracked. I'm talking about every time he like cracking up. And the reason why we did so many takes, and it was more than that, by the way, and even though I had my footage, is because my 9-year-old was like, Mommy, do it again. So I took one for the team. I forgot that I was 38. And let me tell you, I had a pillow down. I missed the pillow every goddamn time. So it was because I could not see where I was landing. So yes, that was a little painful there. And I was like, oh shit. It got to a point where I was like, I'm done. We just
you're never too old, honey. I can still do a whole split. So
if I get drunk, I can. I'll be on top of my head.
Keep it young. Keep it moving.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying, hey, I get some alcohol in me, I would be upside. Look, I bet I can dance then. I'll be on my head. I twerk all. I could dance then and get me some alcohol. At least that's what used to happen in my younger days. You know what I'm saying? In my 20s and stuff like that. I had some alcohol. I turned to a real stripper then, boy. Hit all the moves. Then can't walk the next day.
Follow her. So guys, y'all have to. So in fact, after you get off of this live, go straight to TikTok. Follow Vaughn Guiden. You're gonna see some of her. First of all, you're gonna see her amazing work and how she creates it. But her humor and her comedy in her TikTok videos, along with the talent, is hysterical. You would not regret it.
Yeah, so it's basically my TikTok and my IG is the same as at Bun Guiden Designz. All one word at Bun Guiden Designz for IG and TikTok. And then Facebook, you can just look me up on Facebook. I think it's separated, but you can find, you just put in Bun Guiden Designz and you can find me on Facebook as well. But yeah, the one, now let me tell you which one was definitely not my daughter tricked me. It wasn't planned. It's the one with the cone that hit me upside the head. Y'all remember that one? Oh, she got one in on me on that one. I gotta tell y'all about that one because
that was funny too.
Because that one, so it was me, her, and her friend. And her friend was the one who was throwing the comb at first for the take, right? Because, I'm like, dang, I'm gonna have to fall. Of course, I had a pillow down, but I was like, I'm gonna have to fall, but we gonna have to make, you gonna have to, throw it lightly. You know what I'm saying? I just have to act, like that. So her friend was throwing it lightly, and, it hit me, and I'd be like, off the thing, but I wasn't falling right, I guess. You know what I'm saying? And my daughter's like, nah, that's not right. So, basically what ended up happening was my daughter was like, we swapping. So when she swapped and her friend took the camera, she's sitting up here telling me and walking me through. She's like, what I need you to do is I need you to lean in. So I'm leaning in, and she's like, on the count of 3, I'm gonna throw the cone. Well, I'm waiting, I'm like, okay, I'm leaning in, and then she go pow, and I was like, and it really hit me and knocked me out the damn chair. So that was real. That was real.
Those of you who are just tuning in, we are interviewing and sitting down and chatting with the amazing Vaughn Guiden of Vaughn Guiden Designz. She is the only designer that I use for any materials that I have used for as Lady Tiz exotics thus far. But she does a lot of work for a lot of people in the hobby. Did you do Mike's herb collectors?
Not his last one, but the first one, he did a redesign of his logo. So that was not me, but I did do his initial first 2 logos that he originally had wanted. And then his new logo is so dope because it's so simple, but it gets the point across, and it's so dope from what he had me do originally. So yeah.
That's awesome. So if you're looking for design work, definitely look her up. One of the things that I think is so impressive is how she just takes the words and put it into a real vision. Because Vaughn, for me, I knew what I wanted, but when it came back, I don't know if I said that to you. I might have said it brought tears to my eyes, literally.
Oh no, you didn't tell me that part, but I'm listening.
Yes, it brought tears to my eyes, and so I was looking at it because it was at that moment that I knew that I was serious. Because remember, the same time I was creating the LLC and everything.
Right.
And I needed that the logo to trademark my business too, because I did it in a combination. And I was not expecting you to be able to produce it that fast. So I had everything done, including my trademark, which normally takes months for most people, in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
3 weeks.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I need to get with you on that trademark thing, because I'm going through a trademark thing with one of my designs, and I need some information since you just went through it. That'll be great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So definitely, that's what's up. Now, you didn't tell me you had a little tear. That's a little touching. You had a little tear. Oh,
I know. I posted it on Facebook or something. Because it was that moment. It was wow. And it was exactly, and so I didn't share all of it, but for Christmas, my employees are really, really big on, first, they love the fact that in my normal world, I am a big herper, and they love, asking questions about my reptiles and stuff like that.
Right.
They took my logo and put it on everything. I had jackets, shirts, coffee, cozies, everything.
Everything. Okay.
And everything that logo goes on, it's just beautiful. It
pops.
It is just so. First of all, I love purples because it's royalty. You know, gives that royal, and I love gold because I think it makes royal look rich.
Yeah.
But there is nothing like, even when you did the stickers, like everything that logo goes on, it's beautiful. I cannot wait to Tinley next week. I call her my sister. She is like a close friend of the family, but she's actually custom making me some clothes for Tinley. So what is that? Y'all gonna tell me I had something on my face?
I didn't see it. I didn't see it. I didn't see it.
So I can't wait to see what she creates, because again, the logo it speaks for itself. I just show people stuff and they take it and they create with it, and I love it. So thank you.
Yes. Thank you. Yeah. So you see what Mike said. So yes, like the logo. Yeah.
We just had to rebrand because of the weed reference.
He had me look. He had me design his logos with weed, with weed in the back or whatever. Right. And I do what the person want me to do. That's what I do.
I got one job.
I got one. Yeah. And at the time, he was like, I want weed in the back, and I want this, and I want that. And I was like, are you sure? And he was like, yes. And I said, okay. And I gave him what he wanted. That what happened. But I think his new logo is so dope. It is as simple as it is creative to me. Like, believe it or not, more like simple designs stress me out.
I love Mike's logo, and I love it even on the podcast, how it's branded into the podcast.
Yes.
But I just love Mike. That's one of my dope brothers. From the moment, before I even had a thought of anything with breeding anything, me and Mike was always communicating. In fact, Mike was the one who inboxed me when I went to Nerd to told me to tell Kevin about Bro.
Okay.
So if he never asked me that, I'd have never said it.
You would have never said anything.
It was just like I was so caught up into going to visit for myself. And he said, and he inboxed me, make sure when you get there, you mention Bro. He sure did. He sure did.
Right. And that's amazing because Kevin, I watch his content, and I didn't start watching it until you told, until you really said something. Like I seen it around, but I never really focused in on it until after you went and did your visit and you had got Larry and everything. And then you had me thinking maybe I could get a water monitor or something.
You got the perfect house for one.
Hey, look, when I tell you, I've been trying. Look, first off, if my husband let me, I will have the whole world. He knows that I have a whole bunch of animals, but we just bought this house, and so we have to, it steps to this stuff. That's the reason why I got my bearded dragon that I snuck in, and I snuck that in because I think I posted a video of me telling him about the bearded dragon like last year sometime, whatever. He fell out, so and that was because I snuck that one in. It was one of those things where you get it and you ask for forgiveness later. He loves me type thing. Yeah, that was that. But I do plan on, like I said, getting more reptiles because I don't know, I love, but my kids are scary, so they're not gonna help me. That's why when I talked to you, Nicole, you had me thinking about a dang on retic, and I'm sitting up here trying to figure out how the hell I'm gonna get a damn retic and how I'm gonna get one and deal with it by myself, And then somebody was like, you can get a dwarf one. I'm like, woo.
So let me tell you, I just got a dwarf.
Did you know?
Retic number 8. I got him 2 weeks ago. Out of all the retics I have, the dwarf one is the meanest one. He hasn't bit me, but every time I go in there, he have good intentions to do it. So I'm taming him down.
And how you doing that with the hook? With the hook? Like, how you do it?
Yes. Oh, so any baby retic, typically I start them off with the hook. It's just that my whole goal is to get them to where I have them. Like right now, I can open the enclosure, especially these 3 because they're the oldest, and they'll just come out. If they just come out.
Okay.
If they don't want to come out, they won't come out. And they'll go back. But the even these as babies, or even T'Challa, the big black one, that was my first retake. I was terrified because even as a baby, she was a big baby. John Jones will remember, because I had went live and I tagged John. I was so scared. I put the glove on the wrong hand. John was like, "Wait a minute." Put the glove on the other hand. But she was sweet from day one. I never had a retake that was mean as a baby, except for this little Jampere, but he has a short man complex. But like I told him, you can bite me all day, bro. I'm good.
Look, I ain't never took a snake bite before. Now, like my little ball pythons was like feisty as hell, and they would strike like this and shit. And let me tell you, I didn't look. This is before, bro. So don't laugh, okay? I took a coat hanger, right? And that was my hook because I didn't have nothing else. I didn't know, so I took a little coat hanger, put some little tape around, and I was in there trying to get my little damn snake, and he doing all like that and stuff. So I never took a bite, and I don't know how it feels. And I even if it was a small bite, I'd probably fall out.
Yeah. Mike said, "Yes, sir, too. Thanks for giving us a platform. Seeing all of us into the reptile hobby literally changed our lives for the better."
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. And since we're here, I'm gonna just take a moment to share, some positive love. And just to remind everybody that, that group has given a lot of us leverage in the reptile community. And we need to always be considerate that eyes are on us and that we need to be positive for all. Because for all of us to go, for Vaughn, for you to be 110% successful in your business, you're not just going to be selling to black people. I can tell you this now. We learn it from rappers all the time. The richest rappers, we're not their biggest customer. Okay.
Right.
So I stop to say that just to remember that we're all people. And in this world today, all people who need each other. And we need to just be very, very conscious that we already are in a hobby that needs to be brought together. Now, in a good light, and what I'm happy about all week long, I have a community to go to, a podcast to go to, of people of all race, creed, and color that welcomes me. And Friday nights, when I'm on Keys Constrictors, that panel is people from all different walks of life, from the hood to redneck. Okay.
Oh wow.
We're loving each other up in that form. And that is the epitome of what the reptile community should be to me. And so it takes the Qs who promoted the bros, and everybody can have their individual silos, but we got to remember that we are one group of people as reptile keepers and breeders. And that's the message that you're going to always hear on this podcast. And that's the energy that of the people that I'm going to be bringing on to this podcast. So, this is a wonderful community, and we are fighting enough people outside of us.
Yes.
That the only way that we're going to be successful is be an army together.
Absolutely.
And that's that on that.
Absolutely. Now, Nicole, I have a question because I'm still terrified of these tarantulas, right? And everybody been trying to talk me into getting a tarantula. Literally.
So
I know, but you got like 7 of them or something.
No,
you
I got
like
12 now. They're really pretty. That's what I tell people. They're really pretty. Girl, I have never touched them, but I don't have any except for one that is actually one day one got on me, the gaboon.
Oh, I would have died.
Well, first I didn't know, and I just stayed calm. But when I realized that it wasn't biting me, I had nothing to be afraid of. But there is other ones that if had it been on me, I would have passed out and died where it stood. So I'm still afraid.
I want one, but my husband, he has arachnophobia. He literally is scared to death. When we had our first child, there was a tiny spider on the wall. He ran and left the baby on the floor playing because there was a spider on the wall. And he yelled, and I had to come in there and kill the spider on the wall. That's how scared my husband, my big 6'3" husband, is of spiders. So I will not be getting a tarantula at all. Although I do want one because they are so pretty to me. But my husband will be the one that burns the whole house down if I get one. Sneaking in or whatever.
Vaughn, I have First of all, let me read this comment. Big E said, facts. Feel like I got a lot of cousins I ain't met yet, but about to be a family reunion next weekend. It's going down next weekend.
I wish I could come, but I'm over here in East West Bumble.
So everybody,
Me too.
let me warn you now. The only person who knows this, if you was at Bro's reunion in Baltimore last year, the Nicole you see online is not the Nicole that shows up for the party.
I realize, you know what? I realized that.
That's why I don't need to come, because it'll be 2 of us.
It'll be 3. Because y'all already know I'll be right there with you.
I mean, look, I be keeping it clean. I be keeping it clean.
It's about to go down. Oh, girl, come out.
Yeah, but if I come to the East Coast, I know I will be in Atlanta the week of June the 14th, which is my birthday. Atlanta is my hometown, so I will be there for like a week, and hopefully maybe I can meet some bro people that's in Atlanta, and then I may be coming to Washington. I just don't know when. DC, I don't know when though. It might be this year. So, right, so I'll definitely reach out.
Elegant Anomaly said, grab a super dwarf. I'm going to grab one when I stop spending money on all these ball pythons.
What is a super? What's a super dwarf? Is that so? Is it a dwarf?
And a super dwarf? So it's a dwarf and a super dwarf. Like the one that I just got is 66% dwarf and 6.25% super dwarf, and the rest is tiger. But you have some that are pure locality in their super dwarf, like a pure. I think it would be like a pure Calatoa. A super dwarf.
So how big do a super dwarf get?
Most of them won't get anywhere between 6 to 9 feet. 9 feet normally.
Shit, I thought you were gonna say like 4 or 5.
It's all going to be 22 feet snakes. So
that's not bad though for a retake. That's kind of small, so that's a good one.
Yeah, that's good for a retake. You got boys that get bigger than that. What big is that?
Exactly.
So,
they can't tell me to get one. I know
this person is very special to you. We have a surprise guest that I'm about to bring on.
Oh, okay.
She's okay.
This is your life, Vaughn.
Also done work for. So, hold on. Wait a minute. I just lost him. He was there. So let's see if he comes back. He was there because I could see him.
Yeah, I remember that old show, This Is Your Life. This is what this is, Vaughn.
You see how they keep talking about some get a try? Let me tell y'all. Let me show y'all what I got. Hold on. You see in here, you can't see it, but it. What's up? Hey, my brother.
Hey. Yo, I'm over here just watching your shit. I ain't know she talking about me. What's good though? No, for real. For real.
Dang.
Y'all know the shit. Twist your fingers a little bit, you heard? Just a little bit. Y'all know the shit, you heard? Okay, you hear. Melody, you next, you over there. Look, okay, say that. Okay, what's up, though? Hey, y'all all powerful. What's up? One at a time. What's up? What's going on? How y'all feel? I haven't heard from y'all in a minute.
I'm getting ready for Tinley next week. I've been busy.
Okay.
Getting into this breed mode because it's a different mode, man. Like I'm a good keeper, but I'm learning.
I see. Hold up. Hey, yo, hold up. Hey, Nicole. Hey, yo, that's crazy because you just sent me the joint and I didn't know you was about to add me to this joint. Though, look, I see. Yo, yeah, I see it.
Just click the link. Just click the link.
Yeah, just click. Yeah, that's a fact.
You talk about surprise for me. He's surprised. He like, what the? Oh, hey.
Word, like the fuck. I'm like, hey, yo.
That little chat.
Yeah, hey, yo.
I don't even know about the whipping more here real fast.
I see you've been getting a lot of little ball pythons. You heard. So yeah, I see you about to breed. That's good. That's good.
Breeding. So what no one knows is that I already had started breeding busy to the pastel ivory. I started that October 31st. That was the first time they locked. And they lock every time they get together since.
The last time I paired them this week,
was the first time they did not lock. So I'm going to sono her again this week to see if her follicles got bigger, because they was only like at 10 milligrams when I did it before.
Yeah.
But it's been another 30 days. I'm going to see where they are, because I'm assuming that, because Busy is a little horn dog, I'm assuming that he's not humping her because she might be already pregnant. Or the fact that he's also getting ready to go into shed. So we'll see. So I'm hoping that I get babies from there. I also have some proven breeders that's coming. Like, bro, first of all, you saw what I'm buying. I'm coming I want to be like 2 years ahead. You know, I don't want to be having to.
So Nicole, question. How do you know what to pair with what? Like, how do you do? Like, cause me, I would,
know? Okay.
Yeah, like how do you choose, like, this is how I'm gonna pair this?
Girl,
you too, Melody, chime in.
I hang out with the boys
to
understand what are good pairs naturally. But personally, for me, I absorb everything that someone says, so I don't take one road. So what I did was first determine what genes the top breeders are working with, right?
That's smart. Okay.
But what can I put with some very basic genes? So if you look at the first 5 that I bought, they're very basic. The pastel sulfur het clown, the Mojave 66% het clown. They all have hets though. So then I wanted to get some that had like 4 or 5 genes right now. So what I do is I use the morph calculator, girl, and anything that's going to give me a percentage of 6.
You like,
like 6 genes. That's what I'm going with. And then I don't look at anything that's going to give me more than a 4 genetic animal. But I'm also looking at things that when I put it in, is it available? So let's say for
I got a question. No, after you finish. After you finish.
So let's say for instance, if it's a simple pairing, and it's something that's going to create 5 genes, but it sells out really quickly. It tells me that I still should be trying to create some of those animals. So I don't want to have all high-end animals. That's not my goal. I listen to a lot of the podcasts from the people such as Ozzy himself. And I want to make sure that I can have a market that's kind of, spread.
Diverse. Now,
a little bit of the lower end and a lot of the higher end.
Okay, now let me ask you. I got 2 questions for you, Nicole, but really for all y'all, especially Melody too, because sis, you a little baby heavy breeder too. You hear me? This my question. Nah, for real though. This my question to all y'all though. But first, Nicole though, right? Because you got me heavy into the big snakes. So if we ain't really talking, for real, because if we ain't really talking big snakes,
I got everybody into the big snakes.
First that's a fact. Hold on, he done kicked the ball pythons to the side. Now he all about his low key reaching.
What brings me back to ball pythons is the fact that I'm breeding them.
Like he's gonna be jelly.
It's the best I'm telling you. I can have
no, but look,
right now and be happy.
This is my question to you.
Go ahead.
No, she said tell him who really getting neglected to my light skin. Oh, Lola. Oh no, Lola. It's Lola been in the dump. Lola lost like 100 and some grams. She been on a 4-month strike. She just ate like not too long ago. But yeah, though. But this is my question, Nicole. Being as though that you love big snakes, what drove you to breed ball pythons first before you tried retakes? Being as though you love reticulated pythons and you really you love ball pythons, but why you decided to go that route instead of breeding retics of what you really love?
So great.
Because if I had a choice,
I'm glad you said that. And I'm gonna give me a second because I need to break that down kind of threefold.
Okay.
The first is that being a responsible owner, and after owning 8 reticulated pythons, I understand that people cannot house what we produce for a lifetime. So what I don't want to do is create animals to still be extinct because we don't take care of them properly.
That's
the second thing is, you gotta remember, a ball python, if you're blessed, is going to have about 8 eggs. A retic on his worst day is going to have about 30.
38. That's a fact.
Who am I to sell
Look at you see Von's face. She looking like
Yep.
Breeding
Yep.
pairs of 8 clutches of 60 eggs. Too.
okay. Now I'm glad that you.
And then what you gonna do with them?
Right.
Hold on, look. Look, now that you said that, hey Nicole, that was a great answer. Like as far as how you feel personally, knowing that a reticulated python can lay anywhere between 26 to 34, 36, 38 healthy eggs. That's a lot of snakes. So my next question to you is, what is your favorite as far as the structure, the face snake? Because I just asked my love. What is y'all, and this question for each and every last one of y'all. Y'all can decide who go first. But what is y'all favorite snake, and why is it that that particular species is your favorite snake? I'll go last, but I want y'all to go because I really want to know how y'all feel about that.
Let me start off. I love the ball pythons because visually they are an artist's dream, like living art. But I've now switched, and I never thought I would do this, and John would probably be very disappointed in me. But boas are amazing, and they are now officially my favorite snake. Not because of the visual beauty, but because of their personality, their size. It's like a perfect medium, and they're pretty too.
Which boa, sis? Can I ask you which boa? Are you talking about the Colombian boa, the Brazilian rainbow boa, the BCI, BCC? Which one?
It would be
sand boa.
No, okay. It would be the red tail or the BCI, not the sand boas, not the rainbow boas. For me, none of the other boas, just the regular red tail type.
The
BCI
big head, big
boas.
face.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on 1 second. Let me hit some of the comments because there's a bunch.
Okay.
Super dwarf is a locality. Yeah, Calato is a super dwarf locality. I think there are 7 localities that are considered super dwarfs. Okay.
Okay.
Herb collectors, Mike said y'all went from a surprise guest to a surprise guest.
Yeah, from a surprise guest to a surprise guest. I was surprised like this. Yes, I was. Yes.
That's right, Gershon. I'm taking all of the ideas that everybody has given me, and as you can see, I took a lot of the advice that you gave me as well. Gershon, you said you need to get visual recessive females. Okay. The ball python game is all about recessives, double, triple, and quad recessive animals. If you know that, you can pick a lane that can help people accomplish those 2, 3, 4 recessive projects. Yeah, that in the morph market calculator.
Yes.
Sean, elegant, very true. And then, is this cute talking about? Nobody talking about no emerald tree boy.
Your guys, I heard, are vicious. I looked at one.
Everybody's talking about no emerald tree boa.
I didn't, but look, I didn't even know. I saw one at the pet store in San Diego, right? And I'm like, oh, this is so nice. That man said, oh, that ain't mean you don't want that.
Yeah.
They don't want that.
So I think that but I will tell you this, my green tree python, I'm gonna do a video on him this week. It's so calm now.
Okay.
But the emerald tree boa, the teeth is just in case it bite you. That teeth, that like it's gonna be a painful bite. It has fangs.
Like, yeah.
So I would say for me, my favorite, it's hard because I have so many. So I can't even do it. But I would tell you my favorite pet is of course my spider ball. And that's Busy. That's my baby. That's
Do it have a wobble?
We here.
Do it have a wobble?
No, never had one. Yeah, I
so
out all the time. Busy is a lot of videos. Nope, never had one.
Oh, so you basically saying that Busy is your favorite snake out of your whole collection?
Yep.
Or ball pythons are your favorite snake?
That's no. Retics are my favorite species.
Oh, all right, talk heavy. Talk heavy.
Long shot. That's my favorite species. But the ball python Busy is my favorite pet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. See, I was trying to decide between like if I get me a snake, which of course Nook want me to get a retic, and then he was like, "Well, get a boa." But see, I was trying to choose between either a boa, red tail, something like that. He looked like he about to take the leap of faith. You see
So
this?
I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest. This is my honest response to that. If you're gonna get a big snake, for me, the retic is easier to maintain than a boa. I don't care what nobody say.
Really?
Yes.
Look, it was between that or a hog nose.
So
No.
So that's how I got my first retic. I was supposed to be getting a hog nose snake, and then
I wanted
someone said that it was rear venom fang, rear fang.
So that's what changed your mind.
Yeah. So I said, okay, for all of that, I'm gonna go ahead and get a retic. I'd rather get squoze than bit and get venom. But that's all I heard.
That's all you heard was venom. So that's how you.
Oh my God.
And see, I think the hog nose are ugly as hell, but for some reason, it's like they ugly cute. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on, wait. Okay, wait. I didn't want to break that up. But since y'all talking about something that's ugly cute, I remember my first time meeting Nicole. We was at the expo in Hamburg, and just to let y'all know, I don't know the Hamburg. I'm going off topic though. I just want the people to know that's listening. The Hamburg to me, my personal opinion. The Hamburg is a great big reptile show. There's a lot of varieties of different animals for the low. But to me, it's redundant. It's the same thing. It's over and over. It's nothing really different. Although the last Hamburg show, me and my love, we was able to slide into Slither Inc. and chat with that dude. He was all right. Cool. Yeah. Oh yeah, you found it. He was cool. But I want to try. My first time going to an expo was at the Oakdale. But my whole thing was this: when I met Nicole, we was going around the expo, and Nicole showed me a reptile that she said, "I don't like them. Them is the ugliest things."
It was a what's the thing? The one with
a leg.
Oh my God! I was gonna say that.
Or be a lizard. Be a snake or be a lizard.
That's the only thing that I can say. That
She said, "Be a snake."
I was like, no. It was, you know what? That one and blue tongue skinks. I think they're hideous. Those are two things I don't want. Blue tongue skink and them legless lizards, especially the legless lizards.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think those are unique. I wouldn't want one, but those are very unique. Like if I were to go, I would probably get one of each of those. I like unique things. The hog nose is something I do want, just because it plays dead, and that's like really the only reason. It's sad.
Oh yeah, when it played dead, that's the only reason why I wanted it too. But I mean,
what?
All right,
the hog nose.
I'm gonna bring you back to here.
Okay.
So tell me about this logo.
Okay, so that was
that one.
I have several. So this particular one, knocking all this shit over, was a design like so. It comes. You can get them put on. Like I have them on shirts, right? And so I did each one for each reptile. So I have I think I got the green iguana, a bearded dragon, a retic. I have a retic. I have a tegu, a spider. I have a tarantula, and each one comes with that design, but it's a different animal. And it was just something that we used to say. It's something that we used to say in the streets where we be like, we knocking all this shit over. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And so that's where it came from. And I just put it on the shirts and stuff. So those are actually available. I'm redoing my Etsy shop, but I can if y'all say, hey, I want a knocking this over shirt, and you just tell me what reptile or what animal you got that you want it to go for, then I'll make it happen and get you that shirt.
All right. And who did you do this one for, Vaughn?
That one, so this particular logo, the Humble Feast, is from a bro member that does catering and stuff like that. His name is Keegan.
I like that. That's like that.
Yeah, he's in bro, and
that's tough, sis.
He came to me with his idea that I thought he was crazy as hell at first, and he called himself the Humble Feast. But when he explained it to me, this is where I thought he was crazy, because he didn't, I was like, what are you talking about, claws and all this, and what this have to do with the plate? And once he taught me through it, then I made it happen.
That's all right, so Vaughn, I want to give you this moment to share with the people. First of all, why should we choose you as a designer? I mean, from your perspective, because from my perspective, let me tell you what it is. You are efficient, you are friendly, you care about your customer, you're timely, and you are beyond probably one of the most positive people that we interact with, or I interact with on a consistent basis. But from a business standpoint and from a creative standpoint, if someone is looking for a designer, why Vaughn Guiden Designz?
So hold on, let me tell you this. This bearded dragon keep trying to jump, so I'm gonna put him down. Okay, all right. So why choose me? So the reason why I would choose me and why you all should choose me is because the things that Nicole listed is absolutely true. So like, I do care about my client. I listen. I try to get the design that they want. And then I work different. So it's like with me, my process of designing, I'm not just gonna design something and give it to you and then that's it. I design and I keep working until I nail your design. So that's one of the things. You know what I'm saying? I keep working until late night. I keep working.
Marsha Ambrosia. Hold on. Marsha Ambrosia. Late nights to the early morning. She on it, you heard.
So Mike said Vaughn is professional, efficient, talented, and all around dope as fuck.
That's a fact.
She has magic fingers. I don't know what she does, but you talk. I've never met somebody you talk to them for 20 or 30 minutes and then 2 hours later, bam, how about this? I got this. I want this. What about this? Like, not one design, but like 5.
Right.
Exactly.
Hey, and just to piggyback off what Melody said, my interaction with you, sis, been like, you be like a little fake little job, like a little 15-minute therapist, like, well, what was this like? Or what was you thinking when you wanted to come up with this? It's like that give you more of a way of like how you about to create what I'm trying to like. I don't even be knowing what is going on. You like you just create shit. You just make it come together like you like that. Yeah, nah. I say make it come together like butt cheeks. You heard, but I don't know. You feel me?
I can say that for me, the other great part is that nothing you ever quoted me was like, oh, that's ridiculous. It was always where I felt like that's it. Like wow, like I never felt like anything was ever overpriced, which I don't believe in that period. Because like I tell people, even with buying snakes, if you say your snake is $1,000 and I want that snake, if you say it's $5,000, I want that snake, I'm gonna buy that snake. Like it's that simple. I'm not asking you to make it no cheaper than the value that you say that it is.
That's how I feel too. I love discounts, but I will never ask for one because I believe that I don't want people to ask me for a discount. I might give you one, but I don't want anybody to ask me for one. And I know that as an artist, we are never paid how much. We're never paid what our work is worth because of how much we invest into it. So when Vaughn tells me, and I call her and I say I want this, and she tells me the price, I'm like, okay, let me hurry up before she changed her mind because I know that it's worth way more than that. That's just how I feel.
Yep. And Vaughn, where last question, where do you want Vaughn Guiden Designz to be 5 years from now?
Oh, that's a good question. That's a good question. So I was trying in my mind, like, again, because I am a teacher, is not to go back into the classroom and double my salary. So that's one of the things. So I want to expand and I want to do not only just Russ, because it's only I'm only one person. So being able to, still do what I love. but also be able to design to a point where it's residual. So like, even if I'm designing shirts or whatever, designing designs for people to put on their shirts to create some form of residual impact, pay income that can come in, that can supersede what I would have made teaching, you know what I'm saying, and double that, like that. So therefore I still can do what I want, what I want to do and what I love to do, because I love what I do. And I love what I do. I love making art, and hopefully, like I said, it shows that I love what I do and I'm passionate behind it as well. The thing about it is that, for artists, like, a lot of times it can be difficult because you have people that, I had people come to me and try to talk me down off of the price. And I told them, I said, do you realize that my logo price, yes, it starts at $125, but do you realize the stuff that I'm getting ready to give you is worth a lot more than that? I could be charging, $300, $400, $500 for these designs, because that's where I should be at. But I want it to be affordable. So it's never been about me trying to, break the bank on somebody or anything like that, because I want the designs to be affordable for people who are just starting up their business and everything.
So, facts. Big E said facts. Pay me like you pay Jordan and Louis Vuitton. Absolutely, absolutely.
And look, not to mention, I went to school for this, so it's like I got 2 master's degrees, and I went to school for this.
Cheap.
No, not at all.
Exactly.
She's talking about they wasn't cheap.
They wasn't cheap. Yeah, so I will say, first of all, thank you for taking the time to, I've been trying to get Vaughn on, definitely wanted her on one of the sooner podcasts, but I'm glad that I got her in my first set of podcasts, because she's definitely somebody that I admire, someone that I definitely promote. Anytime somebody asks for a designer, that's the only name that you ever see me type. And I'm not saying that there's not other great people out there. I can just tell you that I have never heard anyone, even with doing my research, trying to figure out who else you did work for, say anything unfavorable about working with you. And you do all of this remotely. You know, everything is done remotely, and that's just amazing. So I appreciate that. I will say shout out to everyone. Next week I will be interviewing. It will be me and Precious together. I ain't even gonna call it an interview because I'm sure I'm gonna be drunk. I don't know about Precious, but we're gonna be at Tinley together, and the podcast at 1 p.m. will be 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at Tinley. Who knows who might show up in that podcast, because we're gonna do it right after the show.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be nice.
Tinley, hold up.
I'm very excited.
Tinley,
so
hold up. One
Precious
question.
is one of my icons. So I can't wait to just sit with her, even though she doesn't think she's an icon. She's one of mine. So she's actually the person who I watched Vaughn. So actually, it's Precious video who showed me how to create the LLC and the trademark all in one time. The only thing that was surprising is that in her video, she says it's going to take about a few months. Mine's only took 3 weeks for whatever reason. But yeah, she goes in detail. She tells you about watching out for all of the other links that might come up, how to certify that you at your right state website. It's deep. It's
I'm
deep.
at the I had got a call to action or something that I have to, but see, the thing is, I want to look into that, because I got like literally 20 lawyers in my inbox saying, hey, hire me so we can take care of this particular part. But I want to make sure that I'm hiring the right person that can take care of this. You know what I'm saying? And they're not and understand that process. So they're not just saying, hey, I'm going to do this. And then, I need another amount of $300 to do this. And then I need another like that. I want to know the process of it.
Yeah.
So that's the part that I'm at now. Cause it's like, I filed it. I paid buku money. You know, that stuff costs a lot.
Yeah.
I did all that. And it's for, it's for my truck hustle brand for truck drivers. Like, I have a brand because my brother and them are truck drivers, so I have a brand that I was gonna push. I haven't even had the time to push it, but it was a brand that I was gonna push for the truck drivers and stuff like that. So if you know anybody that's driving trucks or into the trucking industry, I do a lot of truck logos too as well. And I got shirts and a whole brand, merchandise and everything for Truck Hustle.
Okay. And then I'm sorry. And so forgot people on the call. I know a lot of us as breeders, we use breeder cards and things like that. Definitely hit Vaughn up. She can create all of that type of stuff for you as well. Vaughn, I'm actually going to be contacting you shortly after Tinley to do some for ID cards for my racks and stuff as well. So thank you so much. Thank you everybody for joining.
Vaughn, you do.
I'm sorry, Melody.
I didn't know that. Ma'am, you didn't tell me this.
So
I do.
Find things out. It's Vaughn. Can you do this? Sure. And then she does it. Like I didn't know she did the stickers and all of that. So.
Okay.
Yeah,
right. I see how y'all doing. That's okay. I got you.
Yeah, I mean, I can do pretty much anything, like, digital. But you gotta remember, before I was a graphic designer, I was an artist as well. So I can paint. I do so much stuff, and I just tell people, just ask me, and I'll let you know if I can do it or if I could build it. That's pretty much how that goes. Because the main thing that I do push is my logos and the rugs right now. Yeah, so that's the main thing that I push, but I draw. I can hand draw just as well as I can draw on the computer because I draw on the computer. So I do portraits, I do paintings, I do so much stuff. Like I build little stuff here and there. Like I'm gonna turn you this way. I built my reptile enclosure right there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm really good with my hands, and most times people just need to ask me. Pretty much, I do flyers, menus, whatever.
You know what?
Okay.
You, Vaughn, Chris Guy, and Precious has been trying to convince me that I can build stuff for 2 years. I want to say y'all will be impressed by this end of this weekend. I would have built a rat rack. With very little help from my husband. The only help that I need is, remember, guys, this arm was badly damaged from a dog bite a few years ago. So the impact drill, for some reason, after a certain amount, my arm just gave out. So all he did was he had to put a couple screws in it a couple times. But outside of that, I did it. Even he's proud. So I'm going to share it. So it is an enclosure. I'm still far from an enclosure. But the fact that I put some wood together and I put it up wide and high, I'm excited.
Hey, that's a start. That's a start. Cause that's what I do. I just get up and I'm like, okay, I think I'm gonna build this, and I just figure out how to do it. Like I got all these power tools in my garage, right? I mean, table saws, everything. And people come over and they be thinking that's my husband's stuff. He be like, no, that's my wife.
Yes. Ella in Anomaly, thank you. Definitely hit her up. I promise anybody who in fact I charge everybody in here. After this, hit her up on IG, Vaughn Guidens. I'm going to put her links in the descriptions after this broadcast as well. Hit her up. Ask her to just get her to do one thing. So another thing she did for me that I didn't know she did, Melody, she made my table skirt for when I go out with the animals to school. That thing I use for a table skirt. I use it for a flag drop. It's used for everything.
I need that.
It was so funny. She called me. She said, I need to know if you can do this, and this. And I was like, what do you need? She said, I need to she said, explain. I said, I got you.
Yeah.
Then she told me when she needed it, and I was like, you need it by when? Okay. Yeah, and I worked my ass off to try to get it by the time that she needed it.
I'm making a list. Ma'am, so expect an order from me, and I'm not playing. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yes, so definitely hit her up right after this. Gershon, I'm giving. So Gershon, I actually have 2 colony of rats in the house right now.
That's what I want. Now. I was about to ask you that. Are you breeding rats to sell them, or you breed them just for all your snakes?
So let me. All of my snakes, except for some of the new baby hatchlings, eat frozen thawed. So I'm going to definitely probably sell off the surplus because I'm only intending on feeding hatchlings or snakes that prefer live up until I can get them on frozen thawed, just like I do now. But because I'm going to have so many new hatchlings, I don't want to have to drive 45 minutes to get live. So I want to just to have it right here. But I definitely, as my colonies get bigger, will have to sell them off. So definitely.
Oh, that's
and
like
they breed fast too.
Yeah, they are so cute though. They are
wait,
so cute.
not before y'all
They
go.
do.
I had a rat. I tried to start breeding. I named him Bro. He was a black rat. He got biggest. No, for real. I had this rat for like 2 months on the low. He wasn't doing nothing. Like I don't know. I asked Z. I reached out to a couple people, and I'm like, I know it got to be like 3 girls to one. She like, yeah. So I got like 3 girls. Then it was like I'm feeding them off too, trying to raise them. I don't know. It was too much. So I got to get that together though.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
From King's
It is a lot.
spent a lot of. She gave me a lot of detail on how to set up the colonies and everything, how to build up. So actually,
if you built a rack, you could build. If you built a rack, you could definitely build an enclosure.
You can build a rack, you can build the enclosure.
You sure can, and we've been waiting. We all been waiting, and I'm gonna be your biggest cheerleader. Like, get it.
Look, I got 3 ticks. I don't want them come falling through the floor because I ain't put the bottom.
Right.
Oh yeah, your husband will fall out, and I would love to see that video, boy.
Nicole, I'm gonna get your rat rack instructions because that's the only thing. I need to build a rat rack because I have all mine in separate tank. Each colony is in a separate 40 gallon, and it takes up so much space in my little bitty shed.
I thought she was saying she want to build a rat rack. She said a rat rack. I thought she said a rat rack. I'm like, what? Oh, rat rack. She said a rat rack.
Easy though, Melody. Like once you
she country and shit.
Up.
No, I never heard you. Hey yo, you know I never heard your voice before. So this is my first time ever hearing your voice. So when you said a rat, I was over here for a second, like it went over my head. You still was talking, but I'm trying to catch up. But I'm still on a rat. Like, yeah, don't trip, you heard.
All right, so
don't trip.
Again, we did it again. It's now an hour and a half. I'm just going to come to the conclusion that this podcast is not an hour; it's an hour and a half. I appreciate everybody tuning in. Please share.
That's a fact.
Vaughn's links in the description.
That's right. That's right, sis. Twist them fingers up. That's right, Vaughn. Okay. Look at hold on. Okay, say that. Cause Melody got what's the ball python's joint? My balls is bigger than yours or some shit you got. What's on your husband?
Always remember my balls are bigger than yours.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, that's cute, you heard? Hey, yo, that's cute and catchy, you heard? Hey, that's cute and catchy, sis. You heard? Yeah.
All right, everybody, enjoy your weekend. We're out.
That's a fact.
Henley next week, fam. Stay tuned.
All right.
Stay blessed.
Right, bye-bye.
Y'all stay blessed, y'all.
You too.
Yeah.